We got to go back to Jarvis's news headlines. Is this a brave new world for Marvel?
Hey, what did we say? What was the thing? I totally messed it up on the Deadpool Wolverine one. You said is Marvel back or something like that? Remember?
Maybe.
And then you were supposed to say yes, and I was supposed to say no, but I said yes too.
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
I do remember this. And if you remember it in the comments, why don't you go hop on over to that video, give it a little like a Rooney, you know what I'm saying?
but this movie, isn't this the first one since Deadpool? This is the first Marvel movie since Deadpool.
Is it? That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. You're saying it so confidently.
It's very true. This is the next Deadpool, Wolverine, and then
you're hitting me with
Captain America Brave New World.
I'm right about this, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you're right about it.
Yeah, well.
Is this a trick question? Are you not confident or are you confident?
Yes.
Okay.
This is it. But if this is the movie that Marvel is going to start with,
I'm so itchy.
If this is the movie that Marvel is like starting with after Deadpool and Wolverine, they're like, for me, it's not it. My first impression, you know what? Let's just jump in. Wait. First off, let me intro. This is Full Time Movie Fans. We talk about movies here, and we love hanging out with you guys. We love it when our homies stay hydrated.
Hydro homies.
Yeah,
check yourselves.
That's us.
I drink more water than everybody in this house combined.
H2O, baby.
Steven, I don't think you see how much water I drink. You know how many times you refill that water thing in a day?
What water thing?
The one in the fridge. How many times do you refill it a day?
I don't know. I think the most I've done is like 5 times. There's no way you do it.
That's it.
When I'm at home, it's like probably like it's like once an hour.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
When I'm at home all day. If I'm not at home all day, I get a bunch of drinks outside of it. And that's just water.
Yeah.
I usually have like 2 or 3 drinks on deck.
Like Dr. Pepper and Coke Zero do not faze you.
No. No. I don't know. People say that their pee is yellow, but I don't think I've ever had that.
So hydrated.
I'm peeing water.
Speaking of peeing water, you're Michael Godfrey. That's you. you're co-host of Full Time Movie Fans.
They call me Urine Mike. They don't.
I'm Jarvis.
What's going on here?
I'm Jarvis. That's Steven back there.
Hey guys.
This is Full Time Movie
Okay,
Fans.
Jarvis' first impression.
That's the intro. My first
of
impression.
Captain America: Brave New World is.
I mean, it's fine. It's not great in my opinion. I would struggle to call it even good in my opinion. I have a whole rewrite for the movie, and I told you that. And I'm telling you that now. And like for me, that's indicative of not a great movie. If I leave the movie and I'm immediately thinking about what I could do to fix it or what I would have done to fix it, I feel like that's not a great movie. Because there's a few movies that I've watched that I didn't think that about. Sonic 3, a top 20 movie for some. Top 3 movie for others. Everything Everywhere All at Once. How could I try to improve on that? It doesn't make any sense. I couldn't come up with anything to make that movie better. Like, so this movie, just like when a long time ago, it feels like when we did Multiverse of Madness, like I had one bigger plot change and then I had one with tweaks that I think would have made it a lot better. This one, for me, it's just a whole rewrite, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you guys what my rewrite is because I think it's a lot better of a movie. But that's my first impressions. It's fine. It's entertaining. The plot isn't great in my opinion. The dialogue is not great in my opinion. So
The hubris of man to believe that he knows better than the multi-billion-dollar company.
Apparently.
I can't be mean to you. You just said that my script was better than one that actually made it into theaters and then got a Metacritic score of 34.
I do like your plot better.
Thanks.
So that was just me being honest. And I'm always going to be honest with you, full-time movie fans. This is just how I feel about this one. And we disagree a little bit, I think, right?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was... honestly, I had such low expectations going in, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. You know what? A buddy of mine called me, not Clint, surprisingly. Although Clint and I did text the next day about it.
I thought you saw it together.
We did see it together.
Okay, good.
But another friend of mine called me, and he said that he liked it better than the Marvels. He said he liked it better than another movie. I disagreed with him. I said I liked the Marvels better. It was more fun.
The Marvels was a lot more fun.
It was a lot more fun. And so...
But I think it set up better for him.
Yeah,
Nah.
he was telling me...
The thing that I'm most disappointed about this movie, in all honesty, is it's not an origin story, and it needed to be.
For Cap?
Yeah, for a new Cap. And it so easily could have been.
You know what? I did hear a review that somebody said that. It's like, this was Marvel's chance to sell us
Yeah.
Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do a good job of it.
No. And it's so easy. They did not have to change anything about the plot. They just needed to change some interactions.
You know what? I think they needed a moment that, like, they needed to give him I'm going to stand back up and I can do this all day.
Yes.
Moment.
It needed to be you know what? This is why I got picked.
Yeah, this is why I deserve it. Because, like, in my opinion, they kind of... Sorry, we're getting ahead. We'll go through the plot here in a minute. But, like, they had a chance to really endear us to him in that way, but they didn't.
And the endearing moments were assumed.
Yeah.
Which is the bad part.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. We just needed a moment to really... Because, like, okay, so if you watched... Falcon and the Winter Soldier, did you?
No, but Sybil did, and she got me up to date on it.
Okay, so
About
he's
the
basically
shield and
the whole thing. He's just struggling the whole time. Oh man, I'm not good enough, and I can never fill Cap shoes. Blah 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 blah.
Bucky's
like
a politician now,
and he still struggles with that in this movie. I was like, where's the character growth?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we really need to see.
He could have just skipped the series.
We really needed to see him not earn it, but kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for him to have that moment,
yeah, because everybody else was like, "You were picked. That's all you should."
For him to show everybody, like,
there's a reason why.
Yeah, he picked me for a reason, and it may not be the same reasons why he was a great Captain America, but this is my lane, and this is how I am Captain America. This is my version, and it's going to be different, and it's not going to be like Steve Rogers, even though the mantle's the same, like, or the title. But they dropped the ball on it, in my opinion.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah. And it could have been so easy. The moments were set up.
Yeah. And even the protagonist, the leader, like, he wasn't menacing or... I mean, his whole thing is that he's smart, but his plans didn't really work out.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the whole point was to be that Sam Wilson was such a rogue agent that it messed with his plans. But, like... Was he?
Yeah.
That was also what I was... That's why I was like, I could see where they were going with it. And it's not the worst Marvel movie. It's just... It didn't commit.
I think Clint thought it was one of the worst. So
yeah, but Clint and I usually have different...
Yeah, you do have different perspectives on a lot of things. Yeah.
As a Marvel movie, I will 100% give it to you. They know better.
Yeah. And, well, you know what? Here's the thing. I was listening to another review, and someone said, I think people are being too hard on Marvel. Like, and I was really thinking about that again. Is that, I mean, was it all a fluke? Like, everything for the first 10 years of Marvel from 2008 to 2010? Like,
it's not.
Like, okay, but then in my opinion, after making that many good movies, like I've said this before, I guess it really is hard to make a good movie because because here's the thing, like when I look at, and again, I'm a nobody. It's a lot easier to critique something than to actually create something. I understand that completely. And so I try to be humble, but in my opinion, like it's about patterns and understanding like what works and what doesn't. And when you have people that actually care about the characters, you look at movies like, okay, so you look at the Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn cared about his characters. Like those are his characters.
Yeah.
They're Marvel's characters, but they're James Gunn's characters. And he loved Rocket. And he cared about Rocket. And Rocket was the reason why he agreed to take on the project. Because I watched all the behind the scenes on Disney Plus of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And again, I think we also had a conversation where he talked about Marvel movies, and I said, and we were ranking.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's its own
are
thing.
not Marvel movies.
No, those are James Gunn movies.
Yeah, they're just
and we agreed on that.
so good.
Yeah, those are James Gunn movies, and that's why they're great. So that's why I don't count those in like the Marvel movies. Like, oh, those are not going to be in my top 5.
Right.
They're their own thing.
They have to be
and
on their
they're
own.
the top 3 of their own thing.
Yeah.
But
And it goes 3, 1, 2 in that order.
yes, yes, but what I'm saying is like they should understand how to make a good movie by now.
Yeah.
You should understand character development. You should understand like character growth, and they need an arc. And like there's so many movies at our disposal to reference of like this is such this is a moment that will shock the audience. I mean, look at Infinity War when Cap got everybody loved it. Oh, there's lines on your left. Everybody cheered in the theaters for it. Like I don't think it's that hard to create that kind of moment.
So
Maybe I'm wrong.
Let me pose this thought to you, Jarvis.
Yes.
At work, your regular day job.
I don't like thinking about my regular day job on the weekends, Michael.
Well, you're going to for just a moment. It's
Okay.
for the fans, okay?
The full-time movie fans.
It's for the full-time.
We're doing it
movie
for
fans.
you, okay?
Was that cheesy enough for you, Steven? Great.
You love cheese. We talked about this earlier.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
cheese
you
is like meth.
I do love cheese. It is essentially. Mike is leaving me. It's meth.
Yeah.
And meth is
Bad.
bad. Meth is bad. Cheese is good.
And it hits those
Don't
endorphins.
do meth. Eat cheese.
But it hits those endorphins you like. So
T-shirt idea.
Sure idea.
so the cheesiness, was that enough for you to hit your endorphins?
It was okay, but I'm gonna need a whole block of cheddar later.
Oh,
Okay,
we'll
we
work on
got
it.
tons of
We'll
cheese
work
for
on
you.
So, do you think that you do a better, like your best work at work, when you're in the zone by yourself doing what you feel is the right way to work, or when all of your bosses and all of your coworkers are watching you do it?
Well, I do feel better when I'm just working and doing my own thing, and I'm in my groove.
So,
But I currently do have my boss watching over every
and
little
you
thing that I do.
fucking hate it, don't you?
It's the worst.
So here's the perspective I'm trying to give you on what's going on with Marvel.
Yeah.
Besides the whole, they've got a lot of money and now they believe they know better. When they were starting, it was, hey, I want to make a superhero movie. And they went, oh, that's kind of risky. And so they put their all into it. That is the only thing they had. It was Iron Man. They had to focus on that. That one did well. They moved on to the next one. That one did well. They moved on to the next one. They started creating this piece by piece, carefully. They had all the time they needed to do it. And then at some point, the expectations started coming. They started making money hand over fist. The fans started growing rapidly. They had to establish an entire studio section. There was merchandise deals and millions and millions of dollars going into acting contracts and everything, all from this one little thing, right? And with that came the end of this epic saga that they were putting together with Infinity War and Endgame. And after that, they were riding a really big high of, wow, this is the best thing that we have ever done. And it's changed the way that people look at movies.
Mm.
And now everybody's watching your every move. And every little mistake that you make, somebody's like, well, they could have done it better like this. Or they should have done it better like this. Or they should have brought this character in or this actor in.
Okay.
So instead of getting to focus, they're getting a bunch of noise.
So let me tell you a story. A real life story about yours truly. I like to think I have a pretty intelligent mind, and intelligent in the sense that I have a good memory. I recognize patterns, and those patterns help inform future decisions, which I think is what intellect should be.
Much like a certain character in this movie.
But
You run the probability in your head.
yes. What I started to recognize as a kid was that when I wanted something and it was becoming difficult to make happen, if I really wanted, I tried to force it. So, like, I'll give you an example. There was one time I wanted a friend of mine to come over after church and hang out, and we're going to, do whatever. Well, something came up with my mom, and she said something, well, this. And I said, okay, well, we can work around that. And I was like, okay. And then his family kind of had a little something. I was like, well, that's not a big deal. Let me see if I can, whatever. And the more I tried to remove the obstacles that were presenting themselves, at the end of it, it did not work out, and it was not a fun time. And that happened a few more times. This is something that I think a movie studio who's made as many movies as they have, with as many people involved in movies, should understand that, like, okay, we're having a lot of troubles with this movie. Maybe we should take a step back and either refocus or like, hey, you know what? Instead of putting out a bad movie, let's just not do it. And I think they're doing that a lot. Here's what I think. They've got too many projects on the table and not enough people and talent to do them all with the passion that they need to be. They feel pressure because they're already cutting projects.
Well, yeah,
and they've been doing that for a long time.
And on the other hand, they went, "Hey, here's your new Captain America. Get over it."
Yeah, and
this is what we're doing.
Well, there were so many script rewrites and plot changes that it's like that's why it feels like a little bit jumbled. And reshoots. That's why it feels like a little bit of a jumbled mess.
Yeah,
like Giancarlo Esposito. His character and his organization was supposed to have a bigger part in the movie. Well, he didn't really have much of a part in the movie, and the part that he did have didn't really seem all that important. Could have cut it completely. I'm not saying that it should have been cut. I'm just saying that he could have in this movie. So my big thing is, to be honest with you, like, one of the things that I liked about the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is, like, James Gunn had a real passion for the characters. I wanted to see someone who's passionate about
they were just
Sam
tiptoeing about all of the characters.
Well, from what I heard, it was supposed to be like a Hulk movie, but they couldn't get, they don't have the rights, for that, so they can't call it a Hulk movie, so they gave us a Cap movie. And so, like, for me, and here's the biggest thing for me. I guess again, this is not like our number ones. We would be walking through the plot right now. So
depending on how much Jarvis mumbles about here, we might have to skip that.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
We might. I mean, but here's the thing. Like, for me, I think that if they wanted to make it a Hulk movie, they could have. Like, they have source material. They could have given us a real. Did I send you the text?
Yes.
Of what I thought? Okay. So I'm just going to get into it if that's okay with you.
Oh, my God. It's a full-time movie fans first. We're skipping the plot, and we're going straight to Jarvis's rewrite.
Well, maybe not. Let's just run through the plot real quick. Like, really quick.
I got this.
You got this? Okay.
Yeah. No interjections unless they're funny. Actually funny.
Or important.
Interjection.
So, Captain America, there's something in Mexico they got to get. and there's this organization that has it. We don't know what it is. It's just a mystery thing. They go and they get it. Feels a little weird though. Why was it like it feels set up for some reason? Don't know why it feels set up. Anyways,
They're trying to meet the buyer. Buyer doesn't show.
Yeah, buyer doesn't show. The bad guys get away, but they end up with the package.
The good guys.
Yeah, the good guys end up with the package, massive package, and Sam and his good buddy and his longtime friend who helps him train get invited to the White House with the president, who's a guy who
Thaddeus Ross.
Thaddeus Ross, the guy who disassembled the Avengers in the first place during. It has to
Civil
have
War.
been it has to have been Civil War, and he's the president now, and nobody really trusts him. But they go to whatever thing at the White House they got invited to, and he goes, "We found adamantium from the celestial that fell from the sky, from Eternals."
From the Eternal.
And because everyone watched that movie, that's for sure. And Steven's shaking his head, going, "Absolutely not, right?"
Hot take.
No, I saw it.
Hot take. I liked Eternals better than
We
this.
got like 15 minutes in, and
Wait,
I couldn't do it.
That movie was fucking awful.
My favorite part was how confidently they felt like it was important to go, well, we didn't feel like Thanos was a cosmic threat, so that's why we didn't intervene, instead of just not mentioning
Not
it.
as if he didn't literally snap half of everyone out of existence.
Right. Anyways.
Well, which we find out later might be he had some knowledge of the Celestials and was trying to keep them from emerging or being birthed out of planets, because they needed human life on planets to grow and hatch through the planet. And if he said,
but they just didn't see it as a
that's
threat.
what they were setting up.
But the thing is, they could have just made a good movie.
True. Or series, which is what Jarvis said.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after,
Yeah.
because my ideas are great.
And America has control of the adamantium, and they need to do a treaty. And if they don't do the treaty, then I don't fucking know. To be honest, for like half the movie, I didn't really know what the treaty was. So they were just like, it's a treaty.
To share adamantium, I think.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
They, like, kindly not go to war over resources like
Like
countries do.
they were going to do over vibranium.
Right. And it goes awry, and the friend that Sam brought, the old friend,
Isaiah Thomas.
yeah, who's great actor, fantastic actor, actually.
The actual first super soldier, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Goes rogue and tries to shoot the president, and scares everybody, and then gets caught in some part of
Silver Sleeper
DC.
agents are activated.
Yeah. It's actual sleeper agents. It's crazy. And he gets caught in some park, and Sam's like, calm down, everything's fine. He goes, where am I? 1 minute I was in there, now I'm here. And they were like, we got to get him locked up again. He's got to be locked up. He tried to kill the president. And Sam goes, no, you don't understand. So Sam barges in and goes, Thaddeus, you got to let my mans go. There's something awry here. And he goes, you don't know what you're meddling in. And Sam doesn't know what he's meddling in.
He basically says, "You fired."
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, because Thaddeus was like, Sam, do you want to remake the Avengers maybe? And now he's like, deal's off the table. And Thaddeus keeps on taking these pills. I don't know, it's probably like codeine. He's got high blood pressure. Look at him. You saw him. And Sam goes, I got to figure this out. I'm going to figure out why this is happening. And goes and talks to, I don't remember his character's name, but the old guy. And he's like, I'm going to get you out. And he goes, do me a favor. Don't talk to me ever again. Save yourself. And so they go, hey, look, there's a weird signal coming from this. Oh, no, he gets tracked down by one of my favorite actors right now, who I forgot the name of. It's, well, that's a terrible picture of him. Giancarlo Esposito. He's a great guy. And he gets tracked down, and tries to kill Sam, and Sam goes, "Who are you working for?" And he goes, he told me that there was like an 80% chance that you were gonna be a dumbass superhero, get wrecked." And then he gets called by the buyer, and it's actually I think his like character name is Abomination. No, that's what
The leader.
Is it really the leader?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's his character's name. He's supposed to be super smart. He's that one cool. I'll interject this. One cool thing they did was they did canonize some of the prior Hulk movies
Oh, okay,
into
cool.
this one. They showed footage from Edward Norton's The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Liv Tyler's canonized as Betty Ross. The
Yeah.
fight with Abomination in Harlem, canonized, and also I forget the character's name.
Yeah.
The leader.
Yeah,
But he had-
what's his nuts?
But he had Bruce's blood dripping in his head, an open wound, and became super smart because of it.
Samuel Stearns.
Yeah, Samuel Stearns.
And he goes, statistics. And Sam goes, I'm going to find you. And then they track his location to some abandoned lab where they go and visit. And he goes, why can't you do what you're supposed to do instead of subverting my statistics? I'm supposed to be smart, me. And then he gets out. And then they get out. And is this accurate? Is this an accurate representation of what happens? And then Sam goes, we got to go talk to the president. They go talk to the president, and the president goes, get out of my face. I know what's going on. And he goes, I got to go talk to Japan and make friends with Japan because I got to get this treaty to happen.
Sam confronts him about, hey, you had that guy locked up. What's your connection to him?
Yeah.
And he starts getting stressed out, and then he has to take his
basically,
pills.
like, get
and
out of here.
He's like, I'm going to Japan because we need to fix this.
So he goes and talks to the leader of Japan, and he goes, I know your game. You're trying to play with us, and I won't be played with.
And he hands him manila
Envelope.
a folder,
Yeah, with undetermined information that is not ever verified, but is apparently proved multiple times.
Proved that the U.S. was not being very nice.
Yeah, that they were setting up things to force everyone into a treaty, and that sends him off the handle.
Japan
starts going towards Celestial Island to go get adamantium for themselves.
Everybody, it's a gold rush, adamantium rush.
Yeah,
everybody's like every man's for himself.
There's a Gulf War. I was gonna say Pearl Harbor, but that's not accurate. Well, kinda. It almost became like a Pearl Harbor.
I think it's just a gold rush, and people are gonna fight each other and kill each other.
They were, yeah. So America goes to try to race Japan to the island, and I hope you didn't want to see this movie, Steven.
I haven't wanted to see a Marvel movie, truthfully, since like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was good.
No Way Home.
No Way Home, is that a Marvel movie or is that?
That's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
No
Way Home. All the recent Spider-Mans, including Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the second one, but they bang.
It's okay. We're not getting the third part of it until 2029.
God, that's crazy. Why would you ruin my day like that?
I'm sorry. Hey, the first two are out.
Yeah,
you can watch
that's true.
those.
Where?
I don't know.
Somewhere under some
probably.
paywall from Sony.
Paramount Plus? I don't know.
But yeah, I haven't wanted to see a Marvel movie since then. Like, I truthfully, to kind of loop back to what y'all were saying earlier about, like, the movies they're making now, they're nowhere near the caliber that they used to be. Like, what they did with Infinity War and Endgame, everything leading up to it, I don't think they could ever replicate that ever again.
Oh, I totally agree.
Like, truthfully, they should have stopped.
What Sybil said is they should have just started focusing on one-offs.
Yeah. because
like with new characters and different IPs and
because now
different heroes.
They were going to be doing X-Men anyways, and that's always going to be an ensemble.
Yeah.
And see,
Those are going to
X-Men-
be ensemble movies.
and you
just
can
like
do that.
Yeah, but X-Men is its own thing, and they could have totally fleshed that out and made something great. I think the problem
They still
is
can.
They
Yeah.
want to continue.
They did. X-Men 97. Did you watch it yet?
No, I
Because
haven't.
it's so.
I've heard it's good.
Oh, bro, dude, that will revitalize you for Marvel.
Really?
Yes, you'll be like, whoa, Marvel can make good stuff.
Oh,
like
is that why you're excited for Fantastic Four?
I am excited for and the Thunderbolts. Mainly because
I'm a little scared of Thunderbolts, I
dude,
won't lie.
because I like the Sentry. But dude, hey, full-time movie fans, if you have not seen X-Men 97 and you, even if you haven't watched the original X-Men series, although you should, and it may not have the same like gravitas for you that it did for me, as I grew up watching X-Men the animated series in the 90s. But X-Men 97 is some of the best writing, some of the best stories, some of the best action from Marvel. I would put it up there with some of the best works they've ever done.
Dang.
Like what you would say is their top, like if you would say these are the top things that Marvel has done for whatever, X-Men 97 is up there.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Cause
No, you must.
I liked the original animated series,
Dude.
way back when.
It's like the original animated series,
Yeah.
like times 1,000, in my opinion. The story is good. It hits the right beat of the 90s, like it's in that time frame, but they grew it up with us, like so it doesn't feel like it's just for kids. It does, but a lot of the themes, a lot of the things they're dealing with are more grown up. There's a few.
From what I've seen, I think like the ending of it is very like,
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. You need to
I'll
like
have to check
next
it
time
out.
I see you, you need to have watched X-Men 97 because it seriously.
Damn.
No, I'm
Homework.
telling you.
Is it on like Disney or whatever?
Yes.
It's gonna be on Disney Plus.
No, it is on Disney
'Cause
Plus.
I don't. I'll have to
You like,
procure a login through good means. And
By the- dude. By the time you're done watching it, you'll be like, dude, this is just as good as Infinity War and
Really?
yes,
Well-
whatever your favorite movies are in the MCU,
Mm-hmm.
it's just as good and maybe better, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I'll have to check that out. But that said, like as far as the movies, like Eternals is what did it for me. I was like, this is not. We're done.
Steven, do you like the live action Death Note?
I never saw it. I've
Okay.
also never seen the original Death.
Well, it's nothing like that then. What's something that you have watched? Do you like that?
This is this is terrible. I don't watch anything. You
Okay.
know this.
What?
You
Okay,
need to
okay,
watch
okay.
X-Men 97.
It's like the Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack.
Okay, it bangs.
That's
Wait,
it.
What bangs? What is like the Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyways. Since,
You know what I'm saying.
Since
It's wait, dude. You're gonna be like, what? Marvel, you can write good stuff.
No,
Why
that's
that
the
you're
thing.
gonna be? It's gonna make you more upset actually.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be like, this is actually good.
Damn.
And I
Forever the
get that.
pessimist.
They have the resources to do great, but I think they are so caught up in trying to replicate the success that was everything that led up to Endgame and Endgame that they completely missed the whole part of having the passion.
Oh,
They
you
just
know
want
what?
money.
It's the hey.
It's becoming an assembly
hey,
line cookie
person
cutter.
who's really good at making movies. You can make whatever you want as long as it's with these characters and these guidelines that follows these stories and references these things that aren't a part of this movie.
It's the mom and pop store that turned into a franchise,
Oh, Walmart.
and quality went down. That's what the movies feel like these days.
For sure. I haven't seen anything truly, and so to answer your question, I wasn't planning on seeing it.
Watch X-Men 97. It will change your mind. You'll be like, wow, you'll want to rewatch the whole season after you're done watching it.
Really,
Yes.
It
And you're
looked
going to,
good.
dude,
It looked good.
dude, I've spent so much time watching reaction videos to some of my like favorite episodes. Maybe I'll show you. There's one girl who's specifically, I'm like, dude, she experiences every single emotion watching one episode, and it's my favorite episode. And after you watch it, we could talk about it because it's like literally one of the best things I've ever seen. One episode specifically in that series, in that season, is peak of what I think Marvel. It's like peak Marvel. That I'm like, this is the best thing.
All media.
It's the best thing. It's one of the best things I've ever seen Marvel do. That's how much I love it. It's so good.
You know what isn't though? The last act of this movie.
Yeah, which is
So, Japan and America, they're fighting for resources. They're there together. They've got their navy and some airplanes, and the Americans are waiting for the call. But some of the pilots, they get brainwashed to start attacking Japan, and they're in the Japanese ships. Yep. And so Sam and the other best character in the movie,
Falcon,
go stop the American fighter jets from attacking Japan, and they do a good job. And our president, not my president, but our president, does a really good job of keeping us cool, because he almost goes sicko mode inside of an aircraft carrier. And then everything's fine. And Japan's like, yeah, maybe we do a peace treaty, even though you almost attacked us. And so they go back, and Stearns is very angry and kills a couple of people for literally no reason in a house. For literally, like, that scene was so unnecessary, I think. And then goes and kills some military men who have some information, and goes and talks to Sam and New Falcon flies a little too close to the sun. Icarus flew a little too close to the sun, but as we know, Daedalus had some wax wings of his own, and so our Icarus in this instance almost died, and is basically being put on life support. He might not make it. And Sam meets up with his good friend Bucky, who's now a politician running for governor.
I'm sorry. The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he's a politician now. Openly campaigning.
All right.
Yeah, it's great. Goes, hey man, y'all did fly a little too close to the sun, and you know what? There's still a reason you were chosen by Mr. Captain America.
To be honest with you, that was probably one of the best moments.
It really was.
Him and Sam talking.
Yeah.
It was one of the best
very
moments.
Nice.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, they added
stuff.
this in the reshoots.
Yeah, but I liked it.
You can tell.
I liked it.
It was nice.
He told him that he didn't need the super soldier serum.
Yeah, he was like, I probably should have taken it. And he was like, you never needed it.
Yeah.
That's why he picked you. Was because of you, not because of what everyone
The
thinks
super
you
soldier
should be.
was in you all along.
Yeah.
The super soldier was the friends we made along the way.
And Sam's like, you're right, I am good at this. And then meets Samuel Stearns outside, and Stern goes, you defy all probability. Or some meme like that. And is like, well, what you did know is...
Hey, he shows up and talks to Sam, and he was like, the math ain't mathin' with you, buddy.
Yeah. And he goes, well, one thing that you didn't account for is the fact that the president has a really bad temper, and I'm going to fuck with him. And Sam goes, no! And then runs to the president, who was about to give a speech about the treaty that just got signed. But he's being manipulated, and the speakers start playing how Stearns was wronged by him, and he turns into Red Hulk and goes sicko mode on the White House.
He was like, your daughter's never going to love you or something.
Yeah, you imprisoned me, and you told me I was going to be a free man, and you're a liar and kind of a bitch. And also, your face is stupid.
L plus ratio.
L plus ratio.
And that was his...
L plus ratio plus 90% chance you die of a heart attack. How's that for statistics? And yeah, so he goes Red Hulk sicko mode, and Sam goes, no, please, stop going sicko mode. No, please, stop. I can't Millie Rock fast enough. And so he's like, I'll lead him over to the cherry blossoms, the one that he always talks about walking with his daughter through, to calm him down. It's referenced earlier. Don't worry. It's not Love Hurts. Okay. Running ain't living.
Yeah, there are no Russians in this movie.
There's no Rush. Well, yeah, not in this one. No, is she Ukrainian? I don't know. There's another character. I don't really care. That was kind of mean. She's probably important later. She's probably important before this movie too. I have no idea who she was. The cherry blossoms.
They fight in the cherry blossoms.
Long story short, doesn't work, and he kind of brings down the Red Hulk by hitting him real hard and slicing him with his vibranium wings. His vibranium wings now, by the way. First, that's for you, Steven, not for the viewers.
Oh, okay. He traded in the wax ones.
Yeah. The Wakandans gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
It was a gift.
Hard.
And do you like how casually I just bring that whole thing from the TV show up? That's how casually it was brought up to me. And they both get knocked down because, the thing with the Hulks is that the harder you hit them, the more tired they get. That's how it's always worked. And so the rest of the people show up and they go, Sam, are you alive? And he goes, please tell me he's still down. And then he gets back up. And then he does the thing he should have done the entire movie.
You know why he gets back up?
Because he could do this all day.
Because running ain't living.
Because running ain't living. You're right.
See? It's
You're right.
good to reference
running
other
ain't
stuff.
living.
It's funny.
You're right. And this is where they have the 20-minute Just Dance scene from the Just Dance app, if you remember. That's also a callback to the Emoji Movie, where there was a 20-minute dance scene in the Just Dance app. And Sam leans into, finally, in what was absolutely a reshot scene, because if you looked at it a little too hard, you could definitely tell.
Yeah.
You don't have to look at it a little too hard.
Some of the CGI,
pretty
some of the
obvious.
CGI was not great.
It was literally him fully in focus, everything around him blurred. That's how bad it was. Doing what he's known for, which is helping people through their trauma and their bad things. That's like literally how we were introduced to his character in the first place. The whole thing that they were trying to lean into the whole time.
He was doing that with Isaiah.
Is he's not
too.
Captain America because he's super strong and has a really strong conviction. It's because he sees the people for who they are, not who people see them to be. That's the whole point. But we only get that for this short little bit in the movie, and then he calms down and isn't the Red Hulk anymore, and everyone's fine. He also resigns from being president because, he kind of broke half the White House.
Yeah, and he ends up in the prison, the sea prison, the raft.
The one that he threw
that
the Avengers into.
He threw the Avengers into. And then Sam shows up and he's like, "My, how the turntables."
Yeah.
So
It says, "Here's your daughter."
Was he taking codeine the whole time to stay chill?
Yeah, he took the codeine the whole time, but it only made the Red Hulkiness in him worse.
Well, it was supposed to help his heart and keep him alive, but Stearns
he got
had
microdosed.
Yeah, Stearns was microdosing him with gamma radiation.
You see, I think if he was instead mixing it into lean, he probably would have been okay.
Probably,
yeah. Just the fifth.
That's what usually everybody does.
So here's
Simple mistake.
So all right. So here's my rewrite. In the comics, it actually took, from what I hear, it took a long time to reveal who the Red Hulk was. But one of the things that was, and that's what made it great, it was a mystery. Everybody wanted to know who was the identity of it.
But in this, we got it in the trailer.
So, but what I think would have been more interesting is if they did like the comic. Here's what I would have did. The treaty is already set in motion.
Agreed.
Everybody
Should
is.
have been.
Yeah. Everybody's already signed up. They're already
And explained, please.
Yes, they're already mining it. They're already doing research with it in their individual countries. The treaty's been going on.
Do you watch CinemaSins?
Sometimes, yeah.
Did you used to watch it a lot more back in the day?
Yeah.
Do you remember how they used to give us in for the pronoun game?
Yeah.
The treaty is the pronoun game in this
Okay.
movie.
Yeah. For sure.
We have to get the treaty signed. What the fuck is the treaty?
Yeah.
You said it like 6 times.
It should have been established. But here's what I think. Here's what I think the opening scene.
What is it?
The opening scene, the opening scene should have been like, okay, do you remember? I think it was Edward Norton's Hulk. Did you watch The Incredible Hulk?
Long time ago.
Do you remember how the first shots that we saw of him were very, like, you couldn't really make him out. You could see just a little bit, right? You saw shadows. You saw how big he was, but you couldn't really see him. You saw green a little bit.
Yeah.
You saw him running in between stuff. If they did something like that in Japan and it was like Hulk type damage to a facility where they were storing their adamantium.
Yeah.
And it was stolen and taken.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
we get the
and then all of a sudden Japan's like, yo, what the hell? Here's the footage we have. What's going on, America?
Yeah.
America's like, dude, we don't like control Bruce Banner because you can tell it's a Hulk. And they're like, look, we don't control him. We actually don't even know where he is. You know, he's kind of just doing his own thing somewhere. Well, guess what? India gets hit, and they have a similar situation. The footage isn't great, but you can tell it's a Hulk. So then what happens? All right, we need
plot twist. America gets hit.
Yeah. Well, later.
Yeah.
But we need to find Bruce Banner. Where is he? Like, why? And what's his involvement? Why the hell is he breaking into other countries' adamantium facilities? Like, obviously now Ross looks like the bad guy. Like, oh, you have control of the Hulk, and you're using him to steal adamantium from these other countries that you signed the treaty with. You started this treaty, and now you're going back and you're breaking into our countries with your Hulk. They get Bruce. He's just like, dude, what the hell? Like, I'm not involved in this at all. I just want to be at peace. Like, I'm not interested in doing any of this type of stuff. Whole time, Sam is going and following all these things and doing his own research. He's Mr. Detective.
And it's not adding up.
It's not adding up, but he's trying to figure it out. He's like, yeah, dude, this is clearly Hulk damage. Like, no other being on the planet can do this. Like, these facilities are highly secured. The amount of strength it would take to break in, like, only him and Thor doesn't give a rat's ass about adamantium or what's going on. He's doing Thor things, right? So he has to question his friend. Bruce, this is not a good look. Where have you been? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? So that's where the mystery starts. And guess what? We finally get so Bruce is in, and they got him, locked up. He's a Hulk. They find a way. Whatever.
Like a hunk.
Yeah. The Incredible Hunk. That's what they called me in high school. Just kidding.
Mark Ruffalo, eat your heart out. You know what I'm saying? You can eat mine too if he wants.
Right, Steven? Am I right? You know what I'm saying, brother?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he knows what we're saying. So anyways, we get, was Britain or was the other one involved? England in the treaty, India,
Yeah.
England and Japan and America,
Yeah.
something like that.
All the important ones.
Guess what? Bruce is in for questioning. They've got him on trial. He's the one that's under surveillance right now, right? Cap's doing his best trying to figure things out with, who's the buyer. Okay, that could have still happened. Okay, him and the Falcon, whatever. They say they're funny jokes or whatever they have. They can still leave that in, right? It's part of the mystery. Well, we finally get more clear footage from. There's another break-in.
Mm-hmm.
The footage becomes clear. This is not a green Hulk. This is a red Hulk. What the hell is this? What's going on here? There's another one of you? You can turn red? What is this? Okay, well, guess what? Then we start to understand that, like, the leader gets involved, actually a little bit later. So Thaddeus is just trying to do damage control. Like, no, we're not involved in this. We have the Hulk in custody. Oh, shoot, look, he's in custody. Look, something else happened. It's obviously not him. So Bruce is like, hey, yeah, I'm not involved, okay, but I'll help. I'll help you out, Cap. And then all of a sudden, it happens in America. And then we get to see the Red Hulk fully like going off. Hey, we've got to get Bruce involved. Come on. Who doesn't want to see the Incredible Hulk fight Red Hulk?
Hulk on Hulk action.
Exactly. That's what we want to.
Hulk on Hulk.
That's
action.
what we want to see. Okay, so guess what?
Watch these
Bruce
two
and
Incredible
Sam
Hulks kiss.
Bruce and Sam fight the Red Hulk. They damage him, but he gets away. This whole time, Thaddeus is like, he's still playing the president.
You're missing an important character note in here.
Yeah.
While Bruce Banner is fighting Thaddeus, he's trying to do the thing that got him to where he is as a Hulk and tried to appeal to the Thaddeus in the Red Hulk.
Well, they don't know that it's him yet. They don't know that it's him yet.
Well, still trying to be like, hey man, I know whoever's in there's in there.
Yeah.
You gotta knock it off. But it's not working.
Yeah. So at some point
so that Sam can have his moment at the end.
At some point we start to see
it's important for them.
Yeah, and at some point we start to see the leader and that hey, he's been pulling the strings all along. Here's the thing, he can fully control Red Hulk. But when he's Red Hulk, he doesn't remember what's happening. Just like Bruce, like before, he didn't know what was going on. The Hulk would do his thing, and he would just be in the next, wherever he was after the Hulk did his thing. There's no memory there. And this is what's happening to the Red Hulk. Leader's controlling him. Well, leader decides, all right, now's my time to make Thaddeus look like the biggest a-hole, and he's the one. He's been torturing me and making promises he's not keeping. So guess what? He's going to rip up the White House, and he's going to turn into the Red Hulk on national TV. Okay, then we get another fight with Bruce and Sam trying to figure it out, and Falcon, and they finally subdue him. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, like, to me, that's a more interesting storyline. There's mystery. They're trying to figure out, oh, shoot, there's another Hulk? Like, who is he? Like, obviously, we know from the...
Two?
Everything you've said sounds like something I would actually be like, oh, this looks interesting. But also, to kind of loop to, like, problems and that are even outside of the actual just viewing of the movie, trailers... I've noticed are doing a worse and worse job of keeping the goodies inside the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they just want to play their entire hand from the get-go.
Yeah.
So...
They're like, oh, you want the goodies? We'll show you the goodies up front.
Yeah.
You don't even have to pay for them yet.
Yeah, it's like, save the fan service for the movie.
Right.
That's what's going to get people interested.
Don't just tell them in the trailer.
Okay, in their defense, I do think that these days it is harder to keep movie secrets.
But they know how to do it.
That's true. I would just say that in their defense. But
that said, like, how much of what has been in all of the Marvel stuff is in the comics? Like...
But
there's going to be people who don't know, regardless.
Yes, exactly. There's the hardcore fans are going to know if they've read the comics and they know the comics. But there's still a majority of people who will be intrigued by another Hulk, but who is he? And if the trailers didn't show it, then that would be something that's interesting, a mystery. Yeah. And then and then Sam is actually I hate it. A U.S. agent, but he's not U.S. agent because that's what's his name.
Yes,
the fake Cap from Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, the dude who's in the Thunderbolts.
Yes, he's U.S. agent, but so he's basically the liaison. He's Cap. He's the ambassador to go into these other countries, trying to figure out what's going on. Hey guys, look, this looks bad for us. I'm here in good faith to try to figure this out, right? And he could have moments like, hey, look, I'm going to fight America to protect Japan because America's going crazy because the leader. You could do more stuff. This is just a rough backbone. But, like, if the plot was we need to figure out who the Red Hulk is because he's literally breaking this treaty, and they think it's Bruce, and Bruce is actually in the movie, he doesn't have to be in it a lot. You could even just have him – he doesn't have to be CGI'd until he fights Red Hulk with Falcon. I think they should have got two fights, initial one where Red Hulk just beat the shit out of both of them and really was like, holy crap, this guy is actually, and then Bruce could say, dude, I think he's stronger than me. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't understand who this is. Someone else has my blood,
That
my
would be
team.
a great trailer bit right there.
Yeah.
I think he's stronger than me.
Yeah. And then they have the final showdown where, he's like the details.
The ultimate
you could
showdown,
keep-
if you will.
Yeah, you could keep a lot of the details in there, or you could change them or what have you. But what I'm saying is, I think that would have made a much better plot and a much better story that was more entertaining than what we got. Which, again, when I come out of a movie, I'm like, okay, I think I can rewrite this whole movie and make it better.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say like this is a good movie in my opinion. Like, it's okay, it's fine, it's entertaining, but it's not great. Like, I don't know. That's my take. I really feel like if it was more focused, I think if they put some mission there was a lot of telling, not showing in this movie.
Yeah.
This was not, hey, we're gonna help you. We want the audience to kind of figure out what's going on, and instead of knowing it up front, or we're just gonna tell them what's going on. Like, that's not good. That's not good movie making. That's not good movie watching.
The treaty. We have to make it pass. I promised it to the American people.
I really think it should have been. Yeah, it should have been already intact. The adamantium should have already been mined. It should have been. Like, it should have been
They should have given
mystery.
you a quick little short, like, hey, here's what's happened. Enjoy your movie.
Yeah, you know what the teaser could have been? It could have been Green Hulk and Red Hulk's fist punching each other at the same time.
Damn. You want to know
That's
what?
it.
This just gave me a brilliant idea for a movie trailer.
Yeah.
Instead of an actual trailer for the movie, it's just you need to watch the trailer to understand the movie. Like, you get a bit of an expo dump of what the movie is going to be about that's not in the movie. Like, we found adamantium on the celestial island, and we made a treaty with the other countries.
Yeah.
But this thing's happening now.
Yeah.
That's the trailer.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I like my idea better than the movie because it actually has some kind of mystery, something that we need to try to figure out. The hardcore nerds will know, but the general masses is gonna be like, oh shoot, there's another Hulk.
Well,
That's what's gonna drive people to the box.
Yeah, I mean, and it would have been cool to see Sam, like, how he dealt with other countries and how he
represents America.
well, also just does he have the confidence and the fortitude to like handle like being an ambassador for America when America's the bad guy? How do you handle people who think that like, hey, you broke the treaty, like we do not want you here, we do not like you? Who knows? Maybe that could have been his arc. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be such a crazy and foreign idea to present in the theaters. America.
What if?
No
What if we
way,
got-
not us.
What if we got Sam as the new Captain America in a room with 11 representatives of the other countries, and they're all mad at each other?
Yeah.
This is 12 Angry Men.
And they're
Yeah.
all rich, buff dudes ready to fight.
And Gandalf the Grey, and Gandalf the White, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight, and Benito Mussolini, and the Blue Meanie, and Cowboy Curtis, and John B. the Genie. Is that right? RoboCop, Terminator, Captain Kirk, Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, and every single Power Ranger. Bill S. Creston, Theodore Logan, Spock, The Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan all came out of nowhere lightning
I
fast.
cannot believe
And they kicked
you have this
Chuck
much
Norris
fun.
in his cowboy ass. It was
That's
the
insane.
bloodiest battle the world's ever saw,
Yes, I know.
with civilians looking out in total awe.
Yeah, what he said. So anyway,
It was before your
That
time.
Ultimate showdown.
so anyways,
One of the
that's-
things that your rewrite didn't answer is an important question that the movie posed,
Okay.
which is, did Bucky win the election?
We won't know until the Thunderbolts.
Mm.
That's the mystery. Now you got to watch that movie to find out.
I'd say watch it. That's my score.
Yeah.
Damn. Do you see the disdain in Jarvis's face for that one?
I would say watch it as well.
Watch it so you
I-
can have the same opinion
but-
as Jarvis.
But here's the thing. I don't even know that I would say watch it in theaters because like I don't
Yeah,
even
you
think
can
the
just watch
CGI
it.
was
You
great.
can watch it passively,
Yeah,
while
exactly.
like washing the dishes or something.
Yeah, that's what I say. So like, wait for it to come out on streaming and watch it.
Read read the fanfics that people are gonna write about it later.
Yeah, and you know what? I would say go read and watch some of the reactions and reviews on it on
Go
YouTube.
read the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson.
Jarvis's.
That's my recommendation.
Go watch X-Men '97.
Yeah, that's my dude. That is yes.
That's honest
That
to
is
God
my
the
yeah. That's my my commentary or my
Your rating.
my rating. Go watch X-Men '97 right now. I can't believe that you guys haven't. You're as soon as you're done watching, you're gonna be like, well, what the fuck was I doing? Like I should have watched this when it first. I should have been watching it when every new episode was coming out every week. That's
I will watch X-Men '97 when you watch The Bear.
I have watched The Bear, all of it.
It's great, right?
Yes, I love it. It's
Fantastic.
great.
Life changing.
It's great.
Have you watched?
And that's
The Bear?
that's why I love the callback to it in the Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah.
So that's what it's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, not saying it's not good. I just want to give it a little extra zip.
I've never seen The Bear. I don't even know what that is.
Corner, cousin.
Yeah, I love.
Why are you fucking me? Why are you fucking me?
I love when he sends him to the.
That's good.
I love him when he sends him to the other restaurant, and he's like, "This is punishment."
Such a good episode,
dude.
Such a good
And
episode.
and he's getting chewed out for not drying the forks and spoons correctly, and he's like, "This is all bullshit." And then he really
and then
when,
it clicks.
when it clicks,
oh my god,
so good.
Life changing.
Yeah.
Watch The Bear.
Oh, is this the one with?
Jeremy Allen White.
Is that the guy with like the curly hair?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen clips of it.
It's so good. I'm
It's
like,
good.
it's probably one of the best TV shows ever made.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, because okay,
Man,
just a real quick.
Breaking Bad is really great.
See, that's the one I always hear about. I've never seen.
Better Call Saul is also really great.
Also never seen it, but I've seen clips and it looks interesting.
Let me ask you this, Steven. Have you heard about some massive pop culture craze going on around The Bear?
No.
That's because it's really that good.
Dang.
The Bear is really good though.
It's not one of those, oh, I could binge watch this entire thing. It's I'm stressed out and I need to know what happens or else I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Dude, I think once you start watching X-Men '97, just please go. Just do not stop. But
this is what I'm talking about.
But here's what I'm saying.
This is exactly
You're gonna
what I'm talking
want it.
about
You're
here.
gonna want to keep watching it, and then please, once we get to my favorite episode, once you watch that, I want to talk to you about it because it's one of the greatest things I've.
You'll know which
I've
one
ever
it
seen.
is.
You'll know what it is.
No. How long,
When you see it.
How many episodes are there?
10.
Oh, I'm in.
It's
Every good thing ever is like.
it's like 3 hours.
10 episodes.
3 hours, 4 hours. 4 hours.
Can I show you? I'm gonna show you a few clips after this from the first episode.
Okay, well, we'll do the outro here.
All right, hey
Do your
guys.
outro.
This full-time movie fans, thanks for hanging out with us. Another review. Consider throwing a like and a subscribe. Leave a comment. We want to try to get into double digits on our likes, and we are trying to get to 250. We're at 170 right now. I think 170. Thank you guys. We love you. Hope you're having a good time. We hope that your day is everything you dreamed it'd be and more, and we'll catch you on the next review. Thanks, guys.
Battle raged on
Bye.
for a century. Many
Go watch
lives
X-Men
were
97.
claimed. Eventually, the champion stood. The rest saw the better. Mr. Rogers in a bloodstained sweater. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
Sup? You know, you'd look cooler if you'd subscribed.
Your dad wouldn't be so disappointed in you if you subscribed.
Your friends would do it. Aren't you like them? Don't you want to be like your friends? Your friends would do it. Nah, you're too much of a wimp anyway.
Yeah,
You could watch a couple other videos though, if you were cool.
Yeah, you won't though. Should.